Hello, I'm the official name writer. My job is to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames provided by the internet, and then give my recommendations at the end. Today we're going to look at Poliwhirl, Poliwag, and Poliwrath. Politoed will get its own separate video later. We will not be covering it today. Okay, so first things first, Swimmer is outright stupid. Just plain stupid, no two ways about it. Aquaman, I don't like, but I also don't hate and feel the need to berate because Aquaman's a thing. I think it's kind of boring and uninspired, but that's about the extent of it. Wrath is just kind of on the lines of you just cut half of its name out and that's it. So if you want to do the whole Pokemon Stadium thematic where you just pick something and do that to everyone, then it'll work, but other words, eh. Hypnotoad is Futurama, and it fits, honestly. It's just not one I particularly care for. It was like, oh, that was funny 20 years ago. I'm unsure how I feel about Fist Pump, because I'm trying to think if there's a Pokemon that could actually be beneficial from that name. Like, I feel like you could use it as a fighting type thing, but I'm like, is there a single Pokemon out there that literally pumps its fist as if it's like a gun or something? Like, is that a thing? Does anyone do that? Roundhouse is a better idea for Hitmonlee. That's all there is to say about that. As far as how good it is for Hitmonlee, I'm going to put that on the idea. But that's at least something to note, because Hitmonlee has 0 good nicknames, so that's at least a quarter of a good nickname. Neptune is one that I feel like you could apply to any sort of generic water type you want. I don't exactly think of it as great, but I don't think of it as bad either. And in general, I feel like Neptune just kind of fits, even without the mythology thing, because it's the big blue planet. Guys, I think there's a problem here with the amount of Poliswag submissions going on. That's 4. Here's 5. Here's 6. You can stop! You know, Naruto would actually fit Greninja, probably. I'll at least acknowledge Hypnoris is kind of a clever wordplay. So, not one I'd use, but it's at least creative. Oh my god, somebody actually came up with something good. Pimples, it's Rash, the Battletoads. Problem with that is just picking one. So unless you're doing a team of 3 Politoeds, or I guess if you wanted to be even crazier and do like Poliwrath, Politoed, Seismitoad, then you could name them after the Battletoads, but that is probably the most creative thing I've seen so far today. Guys, we get to vote. We get to vote. Out of all of them, I like Spin Cycle best. I'm willing to bet that Hypnotoad probably wins though. Yeah, that's about what I expected. It looks like it was like in exact order. Spin Cycle, I'm not going to say is a great name, but, like, at least it's kind of original. So, that's it. That's the bottom of Google. We didn't really stumble across anything good other than just Battletoads. So now let's check the spreadsheet. Okay, so this is worth explaining in case you didn't know. So the little swirl on Poliwag, Whirl, Wrath, that's meant to be its intestines based off real tadpoles and stuff. So that's one of the gimmicks for that. Intestines is a bad nickname, but it does bring me to this one right here, Viscera. I really like that, because Viscera means intestines, and it also references a very old school wrestler as well, so that just works perfectly in my opinion. It's kind of like a synonym, if you will. So that's the one I personally use because of this. So that's my favorite. The only other one, I don't know how I found this. I must have found it while looking up nicknames for somebody else and just stumbled across it. The only other one out there that I like though was Zodiac. I don't quite remember who said it, why they said it, what thread I was reading, but I just wrote that down for whatever reason, and I don't think it sounds bad. I think it's okay. I think it'd be interesting to find someone who could really fit Zodiac very well. So for the moment, I'm just going to say it's an all-around find someone to make it work with Pokemon. I've got a bunch of nicknames like that written on a document where I'm like, I have these cool ideas for nicknames. I don't know who they should go to though. But that's it. Visitor is my go-to. I like the Battletoads things, and then Zodiac sounds pretty okay.